Hello, dear viewers. Good morning. This is Coach Junaid. I am from Know How Academy. So the moment has come. So as we decided to go live today, and this session is about like how to crack your job interviews and how you can master your interview skills. So this is Coach Junaid. Once again, I really want to welcome you all from bottom of my hearts and on behalf of Know How Academy. So I hope you all are excited about this session as I am. So, thank you so much once again for joining me. Let's begin with our presentation then. So, as we decided, like we are going to live today, and this session will be especially on mastering the interview skills. I'm sure, like, if you are a student, if you are into your final year of graduation, whether you are a professional, everybody requires, like, to give a job interview. And it is very important to understand exactly like how to be in the interview, how to create your resume, how to answer the interview questions, and how to present yourself in the interview. So, we are going to cover all of these things in this live session today. So, first of all, let me tell you something about the Know How Academy. Okay, as this name is very interesting, Know How Academy. Okay, so know how you can create your resume, know how you can be in the interview, know how you can crack the job interview, know how you can write a cover letter, know how you can answer the interview questions, know how you can be a Power BI developer, know how you can be a successful IT professional. So know how things are done in IT sector, in the soft skills, in the interview. This is what exactly we do. So we believe in the experiential learning. We just don't just believe in telling you or letting you know that how the things are done, but we make you do the things, and by doing that, the experience that you get, you learn through that experience. And our mission is purely to help and empower individuals like you. Okay, because we all need some knowledge and some skills which is required, like if you want to succeed in our professional endeavors. So we really help you, and we help most of the individuals about like how they can get the knowledge, the required knowledge, how can they develop their skills. So most of our workshops are designed to provide you practical insights, okay, and what the latest trends are going on in the IT sector, in the soft skills, in the interview. Exactly, like what how you need to be in the interview. We are going to discuss in this session. So so before we start, I just want to discuss this very interesting question with you. Okay, what are the top interview documents? Okay, if you know about this thing, I would request you, maybe you can let me know in the comment section. Even if you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section, and I would love to answer them. So what are the top interview document? So one document we all are aware of, we all know about that, and there is no doubt on that, and that document is called a resume. Correct. But is it the resume only document or only top interview document? No. There are a few more interview documents. Without them, you cannot crack your job interview. You need to have all of them. So, what is the second interview document? The top interview document. It's a cover letter. Okay, so yes, along with the resume, a cover letter is very crucial and important. If you want to sell your resume, if you want your resume to shortlisted, then you need to attach a cover letter. It should be supported by the cover letter. The third interview document, which is even important, it is LinkedIn profile, because LinkedIn profile is like a digital resume. Okay, it's a uh, go on resume, like anytime it's available. You just need to share your LinkedIn account or profile link with the recruiters or with the people who are interested in your profile, and they will go through your LinkedIn profile. They will get to know about you, who you are as a professional. And last but not least, there is one more important interview document, and that is called the job description. In fact, I would tell you this is the most important interview document, because your entire interview will stick around this one document called job description. From the employer's perspective, from the employer's point of view, this job description is very, very important, because they have shared their requirement, what exactly they are looking for in an ideal candidate for the job that they want to hire. So job description, so we will discuss about everything. So these are the top interview documents, and apart from these interview documents, so we are going to cover a few things in this session today, especially in this session. The first one is know how to craft a winning resume. Okay, so I will let you know practically how you can create and craft a winning resume for yourself, so that you can really impress the interviewer. You can get more and more interview calls for yourself. Second thing that we are going to discuss in today's session, this is also very, very interesting. Know how to tackle tricky, but the, you know, maybe those are the common interview questions, but they are very tricky interview questions. So how to tackle and answer those tricky interview questions, we are going to discuss in this session. And Q&A round. So if you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section. I would love to answer and address your questions. Okay, so let us begin. So first of all, let us understand, because I think this is very important to know the basic difference, or the main difference between a resume and a CV, because there are two different names, resume and a CV. As they are two different things, so of course they have different purposes to use for. Okay, because you cannot use CV for every job, you cannot use resume for every job application. So you need to know where to use CV and where to use resume. So a resume is typically limited to 1 or 2 pages. Whenever you want to write or create a resume, it wouldn't be more than 2 pages. Okay, mostly like you can conclude your resume in 1 page, but it can be in 2 pages mostly. We are extremely sorry for some technical glitches, as this PPT slide were not like displayed. So now I think it's visible. Okay, so no problem. So we're talking about like what is the difference between a resume and a CV. Okay, so basically a resume is a one-page document. Okay, or maximum two-page document, and it is used for business and corporate jobs. Okay, if you want to apply for any corporate jobs, any private company, any business, then you need to use the resume to apply for that job. You cannot use CV for that. Okay, please note that this is very important. And mostly what you write in a resume, you highlight your skills, your experience, your achievements, and your knowledge that are relevant to a particular job. Okay, so every time you are going to apply for a different job, you need to customize your resume. You need to furnish the relevant information which are aligned with the job which you are applying for. Okay, so I think this is about the resume. Now let's understand what is a CV. So the CV is like, it can have 4 or more pages. Okay, so resume mostly will have 2 pages, not more than 2 pages, or maybe in 1 page. But CV would be, will have 4 or can have more pages, like 5, 6, even 8 pages. Okay, why? Because CV is a detailed document. You would furnish each and every detail about your professional qualification, your achievements, everything. We are going to discuss that. Okay, so but please understand, now see the difference between a resume and CV. A resume is used for business and corporate and private sector jobs, but CV is used for academics and research job. If you want to be a teacher, a professor, if you want to be a research fellow, then you need to use a CV. Okay, I have observed like many people when they are applying for the corporate jobs or business jobs, what they are using this CV for that. No, that is not, you cannot use that. Okay, if you want to use CV, then it should be used for the academics, the research jobs, and the teaching jobs. Okay, and what you need to highlight in a CV, you need to highlight your professional achievements. Okay, you need to highlight such as like your publications, or if you have written any research paper, if you have submitted any research paper, if you have made any presentations, if you have received any awards. Okay, so mostly all of this kind of details you will furnish in a CV. Okay, so this is the basic difference between a resume and a CV. If you have any question on this thing, on a CV and resume, you can let me know in the comment section. Now let's talk about what are the key components of a professional resume, because as I told you, I'm going to let you know how to create a winning resume. Okay, so the key components of a professional resume are, so first, on the top of your resume, you are going to write your name and your contact details. Okay, I'm just going to share this content and what should be there in the sequence. Okay, you can use the template, anyone or anything which you like. Okay, so first you need to write your name and contact details. I'm also going to teach you, like practically we are going to use the chat gpt, and I'm going to let you know how you can use the chat gpt to create your resume with these points which I'm going to share with you. Next, you need to paste a passport size professional photograph. Okay, it is advisable to put your passport size photograph. Okay, wearing a professional attire. Okay, so it should be a passport size photograph. Please don't paste your selfies or other, like, different angle photographs. Passport size photograph with wearing a professional attire. The next thing you need to write after your contact details and passport size photograph, uh, you need to write your summary. Okay, summary which explains who you are as a professional within 2 to 3 lines or 4 lines maximum. Now, summary is very, very important. Okay, you need to write your summary because it's like who you are as a professional. You are explaining yourself within 3 4 lines, within 2 3 lines you need to explain. So if the recruiter, when they are going through your resume, if they like your summary, they are going to read the entire document, they are going to go through the entire document, and most probably if they are going through the entire document and if they like your summary, they are most probably going to shortlist your resume. So you need to work better on your summary. Okay, you need to write the best summary, because summary is like, if I give an example, when you are in a exam, you're writing an exam. Okay, you're writing an answer for a particular question. Okay, so it's a lengthy answer, it's a subjective answer that you are writing, maybe 300 words you are writing that. So first 30 to 50 words, okay, they matter a lot. Okay, because if the evaluator, the examiner, is going to like your first 30 to 50 words, then of course he or she is going to read the entire answer, and most probably you will get better marks for that. So summary is equal to those first 30 50 words. Okay, so please try to write a good summary, and I definitely we will let you know how to write a good summary. Next, you need to mention your technical skills as well as your soft skills. Okay, so after summary, your skills, technical skills, the core skills related to the job, and the soft skills which are important for that job. And then you can furnish your experience if you have any experience with the roles and responsibilities. So you also need to write the role, what was your role in that particular job, and what were the responsibilities that you performed. Then, if you have done any projects, any internships, so you can write about that projects and internship. Okay, after your experience. And then you need to write about your education and qualifications or any certification, any diploma, degree if you have done, you can mention them in your resume. So this is going to be the sequence, okay? So you need to, when you are going to create a resume, you need to write your resume in this sequence. You need to write all these points. And then you can also write, you can mention about your professional achievements. If you have made any professional achievements in your college, in your school, in your current job, in your previous job, you can highlight them here. And then you need to highlight your interest, your hobbies, but make sure that your hobbies, your interests are relevant to your profession, the job that you are doing. Okay, so it is very important that you write. So don't write like your resumes like don't try to mention the interest and hobbies like you like to listen to the music, you like to watch the Netflix, or you like to hang out with the friends. Okay, those are good for you, for your sharing with your personal friends and your family members, but not good to mention in your resume. So if you want to mention, maybe you can mention that you like to research about your job, you like to gain more and more knowledge, you like to learn online. So you like you have subscribed for many online learning programs, and then you also like to watch the TEDx talk so that you can learn about the different uh, departments, different fields from their experience. And so this kind of, or maybe you like to attend the networking events so that you can meet new people, you can learn from them. So this kind of hobbies and interests you need to mention in your resume. And then you need to mention the reference. Okay, the reference may be from your like maybe of your college professor, maybe the head of your current job where you are working, maybe any of your HR, or maybe your boss or something. So reference are required, okay, because it gives the recommendation, it gives like kind of a trust factor. Okay, so those people are recommending you. So when the recruiter wants to talk to them, they can talk to them, and they can like get to know about yourself, that how you are as a professional, as a team member, as an employee. So a reference you need to mention at the end of your document. So now what you need to do is you need to use these 10 points. Okay, you need to use these 10 points. I'm going to teach you a very simple way, because how you are going to write all this information in your resume. Simply you can use the chat gpt, and I'm going to show you a demo how you can use these points and create a resume. Not exactly a look-alike resume, but at least you will get the content, and you can use that content in any of the template, so you will get a resume. So you need to use this 10 points. Okay, and then you can copy and paste those 10 points in ChatGPT. I'm going to show you that live. Okay, and then you need to give instructions to the chat GPT. Okay, so for example, okay, I'm taking this just an example for my personal profile. Okay, if I want to create my resume, how I'm going to create it with this 10 points. Okay, so I need to give a instruction to the chat gpt. So I've just written an instruction for you, so that you can also use the similar instructions for yourself. You just need to change the profile, the experience and all. So what I'm using, like, I'm a career coach with 10 years of experience in soft skills training and interview coaching. Since Jan 2022, I've been working with Know How Academy as a career coach, helping students and professionals to crack job interviews and develop their soft skills. I have worked for various corporates and educational institutions across India from 2013 to 2021 as a freelance soft skills trainer. So I will use this information, okay, and so simply if I go to the chat GPT, then I need to first copy this 10 points. Okay, so the name, the name and details, and the next is the passport size photograph, which we are not going to use, so I'm going to use the profile summary. So next is profile summary, then we're going to use technical, technical and soft skills, then experience, projects, internship, educational qualification. So I have already copied these points. I'm writing here. I will give now instruction to the chat GPT. I want you to create a resume for me using the above points. I am a professional trainer with 10 years of experience into soft skills and interview training. So for now I'm using this one and I'm going to enter this. Let's say what ChatGPT do for us. So as you can see, I have written about the, as I ask for this, the name and details. So of course I have to put my name and details, but the summary, so you can see it has written a nice summary for me, the profile summary: high skilled and results driven professional trainer with a decade of experience. Then also if you see the technical and soft skills, so it says it has like automatically taken the soft skills and the technical skills which are required for the trainer's profile, for the interview profile. Then experience, as I have not mentioned any experience, but you can see it has like, the roles and responsibilities which I do as a senior trainer, the projects also. So it will like write all the content for you. What you need to do is you just need to customize them. You just need to put in your personal details, details which are relevant to your profile. So you can customize this, you can copy this and you can paste this in any into the template of the resume, and then you can use it. Okay, so you need to copy those points which I have shared in the PPT, and then you need to give the instructions. The more clear instructions you will give, the more details you are going to use in the chat GPT. it has going to write a better resume for you. So this is how you can use a chat gpt and create a resume for yourself. So I hope you are done with this thing. You are clear with this thing, like how to, what points you need to use for a resume, how to use the chat gpt. If you have more questions, you can let me know in the comment section, and definitely I would answer that. Now let's talk about how to tackle the common but the tricky interview questions. Okay, now this is very important because when you are in the job interview, apart from the resume, apart from the cover letter, when you are in the interview, you need to answer the common but the tricky questions smartly, and you need to handle them, their objections very well. Then only you are going to crack the job interview. So let us discuss what questions we are going to discuss in this session today. So we are going to discuss three questions today and how to answer them. The first one is, tell me about yourself or introduce yourself. Okay, now this is a very common question, the first ever interview question that is asked in all the job interviews. But still I can tell you, most candidates, they don't know how to answer this like perfectly. Okay, so we are going to discuss how to answer them. The next question, what is your weakness? Now this is a very tricky question because when they ask you about, when somebody asks you about to talk about your strength, you can talk about all the strength, but how to talk about your weakness? Because if you talk about your real weakness, then maybe it's going to create a negative impression about yourself in the job interview, and maybe the recruiters think like, okay, you have this weakness, so we cannot offer you this job. But then you need to talk about your weakness. So there is a dilemma, there is a like, it's a very a tricky question. So I will let you know how to answer this question smartly. And this question is again very tricky questions. They ask you, why should we hire you? So I will also let you know why they ask these questions and how to answer them smartly. So let's discuss the first question, tell me about yourself or introduce yourself. Okay, so first of all, let's understand why interviewer asked this question. Okay, so you need to understand their intentions. Okay, you need to understand why they are asking these questions. Is there any hidden questions behind these questions, or this is the question that they're asking? But let me tell you that this is not the question that they're asking you. If they ask you, tell me about yourself or introduce yourself, technically they are not asking this question. This is not a valid question. Let me tell you why I'm telling this. Because they already know who you are. Because now you are in the interview. Before interview, you have submitted your resume, you have sent your cover letter, and of course they have gone through your cover letter, they have gone through your resume. And in your resume and cover letter, there is information about you only. And even while they are interviewing you, they are having your resume in their hand, in front of them, and they know who you are. But still they ask you this question, can you tell me something about yourself or introduce yourself? So why they are asking this question? So this is not the question they are asking. They are asking you several different questions behind this question. So when they ask you, you don't need to answer this question, or you just don't need to introduce yourself. But keep in your mind that you need to answer these questions. First thing, when they ask you, can you introduce yourself, you need to start talking about who you are as a professional. Okay, this is the first question that you need to answer. Once you talk about who you are as a professional, maybe you can talk about your current role, you can talk about your previous role, and then what you are doing exactly in your current role. And then you need to talk about why you are applying for this job. Now this is again a very tricky questions. Okay, although they are not asking you, but you need to answer while introducing yourself. So why you are applying for this job? What is the purpose of applying this job? What is the purpose you are applying for this job, or what is the purpose you do this job? What really excites you about this job? Do you have any passion about this job? Do you love this job? You need to answer this thing, that why you are doing this job. Because in market there are thousands of types of jobs available in the market. Why you are doing this only? Why did you choose this job only? So you need to give a proper best answer for this question. Then you need to talk about your core skills. You can talk about your soft skills, you can talk about your technical skills, what skills you have. Okay, and then how your skills are relevant to the job that you're applying for, and what are your achievements. So if you are saying that you are passionate about this job, you have so and so skills, then they want to know what you have really achieved with your knowledge, with your experience, with your skills. So you need to talk about your achievements, so what you have achieved in your current role, in your previous role, or till now what you have achieved professionally. You need to talk about that. And then the last but not least, you need to talk about how or what you can contribute to this company. Okay, so you are talking, this is who you are as a professional, this is why you chose this job, this is your skills, this is your achievements. Okay, that is for you. But what you are going to contribute to this company, why should they hire you? So you need to talk about that. With your skills, your knowledge, with your experience, with everything that you have got, you are going to do so and so things for you, this company. This is how you are going to contribute to this company. So these are the five questions. If you are going to answer them well while introducing yourself, okay, then I think this can be the perfect way to respond to this question. Can you tell me something about yourself, or can you introduce yourself? Okay, and but let me tell you one more, and that is the most important thing. And don't forget to sell yourself based on the job description. Okay, please thoroughly go through the job description, please analyze it, please understand it. Okay, and use those keywords which are there in the job description in your introduction. Okay, so when you are talking about your skills, try to use those words, those skills which are mentioned in the job description. When you are talking who are, you're talking about your responsibilities, your day to day task that you are doing, try to fetch that from the job description. And also, if they are looking for the certain skills and qualification and the responsibilities, so when you say what you are going to contribute, you just need to talk about all those points which are mentioned in the job description. And please, while you present yourself, try to sell yourself. Okay, you are there in the interview to sell yourself. Okay, if you want to sell a product, what you will do, you will talk about all the benefits of that product, you will give the best presentation about that product, so that customer can feel like, okay, this is the product I want to have. Same way, when you are presenting yourself, when you are introducing yourself, you need to like make them feel like you are the best fit for this role, you are the best ideal candidate they want to have for that company. You need to sell yourself. Okay, so this is the way how you need to answer this question, tell me about yourself. Now next question is, what's your weakness? So as I told you, this question is very much a tricky question. Okay, so how to answer this? So one of the most difficult and trickiest question, I must say, because not everybody is able to answer. I would say maybe less than 1% people exactly know how to answer this question. Okay. So many candidates, they are trapped in this question when they ask you, what's your weakness? And the worst response, if they ever ask you this question, what's your weakness, the worst response may be or will be, I don't have any weakness. I don't think so that I have any weakness. If you have said this thing, if you have responded like this, that I'm sorry, I don't have any weakness, then I can let you know, doesn't matter how skilled you are, doesn't matter how experienced or knowledgeable you are, but just because of this one question, you will not get that job, you will not be offered that job. Okay, because everybody knows that everyone has got some weaknesses. Okay, so you need to talk about the weakness, but then don't talk about such weaknesses which might affect your job, or which might affect your interview. Okay, so don't talk about the real weakness, but you need to talk about at least one weakness. Okay, so talk about your previous weakness and how you have overcome that. So as you have to say something about your weakness, and maybe you can talk about some weaknesses that you had previously and how did you overcome that. Okay, so let's say if they asked me this question, okay Junaid, what's your weakness? So I would say, sir, of course everybody has some weakness, and our job is to overcome our weakness, to improve our weakness. And let me tell you, like if the background that I'm coming from, okay, I always had like struggle with like speaking in English. I always had like struggle doing public speaking. I didn't have like proper soft skills, and I didn't know like how to uh, appear in the job interview. But let me tell you, all those weaknesses which I had earlier, okay, I really improved on them, I really learned them, and now actually I've converted all my weaknesses into my strength. Okay, so now I'm able to present well, now I'm able to like guide the people. There was a time when I was not able to present myself well in the interview, and there is a day today when I'm teaching others, when I'm guiding them how to be in the interview, how to crack your job interviews. So I think we all need to work on our weakness. Okay, still, if I have any weakness, if anybody let me know about like, okay, Junaid, you are not good at this thing, I would definitely work on them, and I would love to overcome my weakness. Okay, so I think this is the way how you need to just divert this question. Okay, you need to talk about your weakness, but talk about your previous weakness and how did you overcome that. Okay, don't talk about any of the weaknesses like, okay, if I tell them that I'm not good at the leadership, I'm not good at the management, I'm not like I have problem with the time management, then of course it's going to affect my job, my interview. They are not going to offer me this job. So you don't have to talk about your real weakness. Okay, talk about the weakness, but something which you had previously, and how did you overcome that. Okay, so I hope you got this, how to answer this question. Still, if you have any question on this thing, any confusion, let me know in the comment section. Okay, now let's discuss the third question. Why should we hire you? Okay, now this is again a very interesting and tricky question, because I can tell you one thing, that every interview question which is asked in the job interview is not the question that they are asking. So this is not the question they are asking. Okay, there are hidden questions, there are hidden intentions behind this question, and I'm going to share with them what are they. Okay, so first of all, let's understand why they ask this question. Okay, you need to understand one thing, that when you are applying for a job, when you are in the interview, you are not the only person there. Okay, that you are being interviewed or you are applying for that job. There are many more candidates who are in the queue, and who might have gone through the interview or waiting for their turn to be interviewed. Okay, so they are asking you, the recruiters, the interviewer, indirectly, that there are more candidates in the interview. You are not the only one. So why should we reject them, okay, the other candidates, and hire you? Okay, so this is the question they're asking. If there are 20 applicants for that job and you are one of them, why should we reject those 19 candidates, and why should we hire you? So, what is something special that you have in you? How you are special, how you are unique, how you are better than the best? Okay, this is what they are asking you. So, you need to answer this question, how you are special and how you are better than other candidates. Okay, so let's talk about how to answer this question. So, first thing, because it is a direct comparison between you and the other candidates, but please make sure that you don't talk anything like disrespectfully about those candidates. You need to respect them, because when you talk disrespectfully, or if you say like you are better than all those candidates, they are nowhere stand in front of you, then indirectly you are like hurting the interviewer's sentiments, because they have shortlisted them for the job interview. So you are trying to say that no, your decision was not good. Okay, you should be only hiring me or shortlisting me for this job. No, so you should always start by saying this, that sir, I really respect the other applicants, and also respect your decision that you have shortlisted them for this particular job, and I know they all are qualified, that's why they are here. But I can tell you one thing, that I have thoroughly gone through the job description, and I can let you know why I'm applying for this job. Because when I went through the job description, I felt like this job is meant for me. Then what you need to do is, you need to talk about each and every statement of the job description, and how it matches with your profile, with your skills, okay, with your knowledge, with your job's responsibilities, and how it's like this job is perfectly meant for you. So you need to talk about sell yourself based on the job description, and then you need to tell them what you can really contribute to the company. Okay, so you need to let them know that, sir, if you hire me for this particular job, I can solve such and such problems for your company. I can contribute this thing to your team. I can really help you generate more revenues to your company. I can help you to reduce your cost, and I can help you overall, like, I can help you help this company grow, and eventually I will also grow along with this company. And then you also need to talk about one thing, that how you fit to the company's culture. Okay, so when they ask you why should we hire you, you need to tell them that, sir, I have gone through your company's culture, your website, your mission, your vision, and everything. The schemes, the employees welfare schemes that you have, and the way you support your employees, the way you help your employees grow and learn. I think I'm I'm really excited to be the part of your company for your corporate culture, and I think I'm a perfect fit to your company's culture. You need to research about their vision, their mission, their core values. Then you need to talk about them, that how you also have the similar vision and core values in you. We have already made, like, videos on them. You can see in our playlist. And still, if you want to know more them about, you can let me know in the comment section. So you also can talk about your extra skills which can be beneficial to the company. So apart from the skills which are mentioned in the job description, you need to talk about some of the extra skills. Okay, let's say you're applying for a technical job, so mostly they are looking for the technical skills. But you can also talk about your communication skills, your team management skills, your team handling skills, your interpersonal skills, your coordination skills. Maybe you can train and educate the new, maybe you can hire them, you can train them. So some extra skills, so you need to sell yourself, that how you can be beneficial to the company. So while answering this question, why should we hire you, you need to keep all these points in your mind. So I think we have discussed how to create the resume, how to build your resume, what are the difference between resume and CV, and how to answer this question. If you have any question, you can let me know in the comment section. I would really love to address your question if you have any. Or you can let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about this particular session that we have done, this live session, and how it's going to help you in your next interview. So if you have any question, if you don't have any question as of now, you can let me know about this question in the comment section. Maybe in the future, if you have any question, definitely I would love to answer them and address them. So once again, I want to thank you from the behalf of Know How Academy, that you have given your precious time here. You have taken the time out of your busy schedule, and so thank you so much, and good luck for your next interview.